Good morning, greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable. And you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 32 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you. We welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about the longevity products or Truth Skin Health products, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you. If you have a comment or success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised or recommended on The Bright Side, go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com, and you can purchase longevity products right off the website. You can also sign up to join the Bright Side Ben team right off the website. Call 866-735-2470 if you'd like to speak to a real live person, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. We also have blog posts, and news stories and videos. Just finished a video on enzymes that should be posted criticalhealthnews.com, brightsideben.com, and pharmacistben.com sometime in the next few days. And, of course, you can get all the longevity products. And if you so desire, click on the Join the Team link and sign up to join the Bright Side Ben team for a one-time $25 fee. You can be in business for yourself. Also, don't forget to check out our Truth Skin Health products, which make ideal Christmas gifts. Our Truth Skin Health products are all available at truthtreatments.com. Got 3 new products coming out here in the next week or so. Let's say within the next 1 to 2 weeks. Our hyaluronic mineral gel, hyaluronic mineral hydrating gel, actually called hyaluronic mineral hydrator, made with hyaluronic acid and our fulvic minerals, as well as lactate and amino acids and vitamin C. Feels great. It works perfect with our Truth Serum and our Biomimetic Mist. In fact, we're selling the 3 together. Get instant and dramatic plumping effects from all 3 of those products when you use them together. We call it the Truth Trifecta. You can find out all about it at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. All right, welcome back to The Bright Side. We are talking about the nature of energy, a somewhat in the weeds subject, the nature of enzymes and the nature of bioelectricity and the nature of enzymes. This is the nature of electrical energy inside the body, electricity inside the body. This is kind of a glimpse behind the scenes. That's what we talk about on this program. This is a program that goes behind the scenes of health. And I know sometimes I get into the weeds. I understand that. I don't want to get too abstract or too complicated. I find it extremely fascinating. But if we don't have a little bit of understanding about how everything works, we're going to end up being suckered into buying products or into following protocols or using health strategies that don't work. Has it ever occurred to anybody that nothing the doctor can do to us or can do for us when it comes to reversing chronic degenerative diseases, which affect 80%, which is 80% of our health challenges and 80% of our health costs? Has it ever occurred to anybody that nothing the doctor can do, nothing the doctor has in his magical bag of treatment tricks can improve our condition? That's because we're not understanding the behind-the-scenes mechanisms that cause when we're sick. That's what we talk about on this program. We pull back the curtain so we can see the circuitry behind the obvious, apparent symptomologies of health and wellness and disease and sickness. Our mechanisms, our circuits, our channels, our machinery. We want to understand the machinery, the circuit board. If we can understand the machinery and the circuit board, we become much more powerful. That's what we talk about on this program. So we've been talking about enzymes. Enzymes are life, the very essence of life. There's an enzyme in the body that's responsible for death as well as for life. Death is also regulated by enzymes. As the body dies, the body decays and deteriorates, and it deteriorates based on enzymes. Enzymes that are in the body and enzymes that are in microbes that are feeding on the body. Every biological activity, whether it's a living biological activity of life or a biological activity of death and decay, is all about enzymes. There's an enzyme in the body that's a death enzyme called cathepsin. We talked about that yesterday. And inhibiting this death enzyme, which is associated, by the way, not just with death, but also with disease, also with chronic degenerative disease, enzyme inhibition, inhibiting cathepsin inhibitors is a major drug strategy, particularly for treating cancer. Vitamin D, as we said yesterday, is a natural cathepsin inhibitor. Vitamin D is a building substance, along with vitamin A. And vitamin D are really not vitamins. We call them vitamins because of their essential nature, but they're really hormones. They're essential hormones. And the fact that we call them vitamins is a bit misleading, but because nobody really understands vitamins, nobody ever questions that. But the fact is, vitamin A and D are hormones. This is kind of important because there's no toxicity associated with vitamins, but you can take too much hormones. You can take too much vitamin D, and you can take too much vitamin A. It's not going to kill you because there's still biochemicals that the body can work with, but you can overdose on vitamin D and vitamin A. That's why you want to be a little careful with those two. You may know of a product called vitamin A and D ointment. If you go to the health food store, you'll find A and D capsules in the same capsule. That's because A and D go together. They're building substances. And they're both fabulously important for health and very underappreciated, although I will say these days doctors are catching on to the importance of vitamin D. But in true doctor fashion, they're using vitamin D as a drug. And they're actually using chemically transformed vitamin D, drug-transformed vitamin D, a pharmacological version of vitamin D. Of course, the best way to get your vitamin D, we know, is from the sun. Vitamin D is not only a building substance, but because it's a cathepsin inhibitor, because it inhibits the death hormone. And cathepsin, by the way, is also involved in the metastases of tumors. So cancer cells use cathepsin. Vitamin D, by being a cathepsin inhibitor, can help prevent some of the deterioration associated with that very powerful enzyme. Arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, vascular diseases are all associated with elevated amounts of cathepsin. And as an inhibitor of cathepsin, vitamin D can be very helpful for all of these things. When was the last time you heard about vitamin D to prevent Alzheimer's disease? Never. When was the last time you heard about vitamin D to prevent joint disease and arthritis? Never. When was the last time you heard about vitamin D to protect the blood vessels against vascular deterioration? Never. Vitamin D comes from the sun. That means, by extension, the sun is protective against heart disease. Yeah, when I say vascular disease, I'm talking about deterioration in the blood vessels, which the body uses cholesterol to patch up. It's not the cholesterol that's the problem. It's the deterioration of the vasculature. Vitamin D can help protect against that. Vitamin D in this way can help protect against cholesterol deposits and calcium deposits in the heart. By the way, there's a major relationship between vitamin D and calcium. That's why you'll always see vitamin D in in a good calcium supplement anyway. You'll always find vitamin D because they work together. Calcium also is a building substance. So vitamin D is a cathepsin inhibitor. Get yourself some sun. Inhibit your cathepsin. Slow down cancer, slow down deterioration of tissue. There's other cathepsin inhibitors. We'll talk about that when we come back from our break. Continue talking about enzymes and bioelectricity. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back after this. on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben, and we do have lines open for you. 844-236-6010 is our number. 844-236-6010. If you have questions about our True Skin Health products, ingredients, formulations, something you may have heard about, read about, the longevity products, health challenges you or a loved one may be dealing with, or a comment or success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. You can also click on the Join the Team link at criticalhealthnews.com, brightsideben.com, or pharmacistben.com, and join the Brightside Ben team, or purchase longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. We are left off talking about cathepsin. You're going to hear more and more about this enzyme, the enzyme of death. Cathepsin inhibition is becoming a major, a very important strategy anyway, for helping deal with cancer, degenerative diseases. The hormone of death is also the hormone of deterioration. So deteriorative or degenerative diseases, osteoporosis and arthritis and Alzheimer's disease, vascular disease, all have a relationship to cathepsin. Photo damage itself may have a relationship to cathepsin. So that is skin damage associated with the sun, and so anti-cathepsin ingredients are being searched for, and there's lots of interesting ones. Plants are a really good source of cathepsin inhibitors, substances that inhibit cathepsin. Potatoes, tomatoes, the nightshades are very rich in cathepsin type inhibitor type compounds, as it turns out. Egg whites are also a good source of cathepsin inhibitors. Cathepsin inhibitors are actually found in plants to reduce the damage that can occur when a plant is broken, or when a predator eats a plant. When a predator takes a bite out of a plant, that plant will secrete cathepsin, and then it will balance that cathepsin with cathepsin inhibitors. So plants are a great source. In fact, eating your veggies is the best way to get cathepsin inhibitors into your body. Bioflavonoids, we've talked about that in the past. Bioflavonoids act as cathepsin inhibitors. Many of them do. Basically, if you want cathepsin inhibition, which is a good idea, if you're dealing with a chronic degenerative disease, eat your veggies. Just another reason to eat your veggies. Cathepsin is activated by acid tissue. Acid is associated with death, acid in the tissues and acid in the blood, not acid in the digestive system. That's an important distinction, by the way. Acid in the digestive system helps us digest our foods because it helps break down foods. Acid in the tissues is a sign of decay and death. When cells die, they release acids, and acids activate cathepsin. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to keep your blood alkaline, slightly alkaline. One of the main reasons, though, is because acid activates cathepsin. Aging meat is a cathepsin issue. I have a butcher shop, or a kind of food court with a butcher shop in it, where I'll pass by it every few days, get my salad or my fish at the food court. And I always pass by this meat locker that has a bunch of meat sitting in it. It's kind of, I guess they're really proud of the meat locker, and it's got all the meat aging. What's happening is the meat is basically deteriorating. When an animal dies, it releases cathepsin, and as that meat goes through time and, quote, ages, unquote, what's really happening is cathepsin is activating the meat. Cathepsin is softening the meat. Cathepsin, then it becomes a meat aging enzyme. So body runs on enzymes. Enzymes represent the life force. Enzymes carry the life force. However, enzymes are very, very fragile. Anytime something is high energy, it's also going to be very unstable. There's a direct relationship between stability and energy. High energy compounds, compounds that carry a lot of energy, are going to break down very quickly. That's why you don't want to cook your oils. That's why you want to stay away from processed oils, because oils are very high energy, thus they're very unstable. Enzymes are the same way. Enzymes are high energy and they're extremely unstable. They're killed at very low temperatures. It doesn't take a lot of heat, 120 degrees or so, to destroy enzymes. Certainly most cooking will destroy enzymes. This is why you want to soft boil your eggs or poach your eggs. Be gentle with your eggs. Be gentle with your protein in general. All proteins should be treated gently. You don't want your meat well done. There's nothing that's not going to be anything left in it. Ideally, you want your meat tartare, raw meat. In the stomach, enzymes are only active in a part of the stomach. Yesterday we talked, or I think yesterday or the day before, we talked about the food enzyme stomach, the concept of food enzyme stomachs. Dr. Edward Howell noticed that in cetaceans, that is whales and dolphins, they have multiple stomachs, but only one of the stomachs contains enzymes. The other stomachs he called food enzyme stomachs because they depend on foods. They don't make their own enzymes. Same with ruminants, cattle and sheep and goats. They have multiple stomachs, but only one of the stomachs is an enzyme stomach. The other stomachs are food enzyme stomachs, meaning they depend on food enzymes for digestion. Humans only have one stomach, obviously, but it's divided into an upper portion and a lower portion. Actually, it has more than that, but the main divisions are an upper portion and a lower portion. Cardiac stomach, they call, is the upper portion, and the pyloric stomach, they call the lower portion. Well, guess what? The cardiac stomach, the upper part of the stomach, doesn't have enzymes. Most enzyme activity occurs in the lower stomach. So what Dr. Howell said was, well, the upper stomach is essentially a food enzyme stomach. It digests food, its digestion of foods depends on our ingestion of enzymes, either enzymes in the food or supplemental enzymes. Personally, I think everybody should be taking supplemental enzymes with every meal. 3 or 4 of them, or 5 or 6 of them. When you're dosing yourself with your enzymes, you want to dose yourself functionally. That is, you want to find a spot where you get the maximum benefit, where if you take more, you don't get any more benefit. That's called functional dosing. So you take 3 enzymes, see how you feel, and always take your enzymes, by the way, with apple cider vinegar, because the enzymes are activated by acid. So you take 3 enzymes, see how you feel. If you feel good, take 4, see how you feel. If you feel better, take 5, see how you feel. If you feel even better, take 6. If you feel even better, take 7. And find a place where you take 1 more enzyme, you don't notice that much more different benefit. So if you take 7 and you feel great, and you take 8 and you don't notice much of a difference, you can stay at 7. That's called functional dosing, and that's how all enzymes should be dosed. And you'll find that you get a way, way, way bigger benefit from 8 enzymes or 7 enzymes or 6 enzymes than you do from 1 enzyme. If you're just taking 1 enzyme, it's likely, with your meals, it's likely you're not getting enough enzymes. So take as much as you need to get as much benefit. And the cool thing about enzymes is they're ridiculously cheap. For the kind of benefits you're getting, they are crazy cheap. Of course, eating foods that contain enzymes is also important. Enzyme-rich foods. And that's really how we grew up. We grew up eating enzyme-rich foods. Over the millennia, we ate less and less enzyme-rich foods, and a lot of people believe that has something to do, including Dr. Edward Howell, that has something to do with the poor state of our health across the board. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. We'll be back after this. We are back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. 844-236-6010. Got questions about longevity products or anything we're speaking about here today. If you have a health challenge that you're having a problem with, or if you just want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. 866-735-2470 is the phone number for the Brightside Ben phone team. If you want to join the Brightside Ben team, or if you want to purchase products directly from a human being, or you can head to the websites brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. All our websites have news stories and blog posts and videos, lots of good health information, as well as the longevity products, and a join the team link that you can click on if you want to start yourself a longevity business. Also want to remind you to check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. Okay, got lines open, 844-236-6010. Actually, we got all our lines are open, 844-236-6010. We'll get your calls. If we have calls, we'll get your calls as soon as I get you a couple stories. If not, we'll just continue reading stories. This is from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Caffeinated beverages during pregnancy linked to lower birth weight babies. A team of researchers at University College in Dublin has found a link between caffeinated beverage consumption during pregnancy and low birth weight. In their study, they described 941 mother and baby pairs who were born in Ireland, and they found that moms who drank caffeine or who drank caffeinated beverages, 100 milligrams to 200 milligrams, had a reduction in birth weight by 2.5 ounces. That is about maybe, 2 cups of strong espresso, let's say. 1 or 3 cups of strong coffee. Had a reduction in birth weight by 2.5 ounces. Caffeine puts a stress on the body, obviously. You know what? As far as drugs go, it's probably not one of the. There's probably worse drugs that you could take, and certainly if you getting your caffeine from green tea, you're going to get other health benefits. That's really the best place to get your caffeine. Coffee is probably second best. Where you don't want to get your caffeine is from Coke and Mountain Dew and soda pop, Monster drinks and Red Bulls. Those are the worst place to get your caffeine because you're not getting any of the nutrients. At least you're getting some nutrition from green tea, some significant nutrition actually, and you're getting some nutrition from coffee as well. You get minerals in coffee, antioxidants in coffee, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, Jolt, Mountain Bars, chocolate bars even. These are not great places to get your caffeine. Green tea is probably the best, though. Caffeine is kind of like sugar in the sense it revs up the body. It causes you to burn through nutrients. It causes you to burn through enzymes. Talking about enzymes, this calorie restriction is so important for the body because it allows you to spare enzymes. Caffeine causes you to burn through enzymes. Speaking of calorie restriction, very low-calorie diets are being trialed by the National Institute of Health in England, this is, in the UK, to tackle diabetes. Hundreds of thousands of people will receive NHS help to battle obesity and type 2 diabetes. Very low-calorie diets have been shown to put type 2 diabetes in remission. Let me say that again. That is, to me, that is so important. In fact, there may be no more foundational, fundamental, basic concepts in all of health and wellness and all of health and disease than what I'm going to say now. Very low-calorie diets have been shown to put type 2 diabetes in remission. Diabetes is the leading cause of death and disease in this country and around the world. Diabetes is the number one leading cause of death and disease and bodily deterioration. If you look at the health statistics, they'll say number 1 cause of death is heart disease, number 2 cause of death is cancer, number 3 cause of death is diabetes. I am telling you, because of the relationship between, and I should take that back. It's not diabetes. It's dysglycemia. Diabetes is a name, a pronouncement that a doctor gives you. He officially pronounces you. They say diagnoses you with the moniker of diabetic, because he officially says you have diabetes. I'm telling you, you don't have to officially be diagnosed as a diabetic in order to have the problems associated with diabetes. That is messed up blood sugar. And that includes heart disease, and that includes cancer, and that's why messed up blood sugar is the number 1 cause of death and misery in this country and around the world. And why is it tragic? Because it's a food issue. Yes, this is a very interesting article that was published, provided, actually a press release provided by Newcastle University in the UK. Nonetheless, as interesting as this is, I didn't need to see this. It's just common sense. If diabetes is a problem processing sugar and you don't put sugar in the body, you don't have diabetes. In fact, technically speaking, if you don't have any sugar, you're not ingesting sugar, or if the body's not processing sugar, you're no longer a diabetic. Which is just underscores and highlights the stupidity of the diagnosis. If you don't have any sugar for the body to deal with, or if there's not any sugar for the body to deal with in the blood, you don't have diabetes because it's a blood sugar problem. Now, you're going to get a little bit of sugar from stress. Stress hormone cortisol will cause the release of sugar. That is true. But between cortisol, stress hormone, stress, And food, you have your cause of diabetes. So relax and don't eat the diabetes-inducing foods. The low-calorie diet, they're calling it the very low-calorie diet, which is an 800-calorie-a-day diet. The low-calorie diet or the very low-calorie diet is the most powerful tool we have at our disposal for increasing our longevity, period. And it's so easy to assess. And by the way, or to access. And by the way, this very low-calorie diet that has 800 calories a day, is based on 800 calories a day, is the diet that's used by our ASAP weight loss product that Youngevity sells. And also there's the HGH diet, I think it is, where you increase your HGH by staying away from fat. All of those are based in this concept of getting healthier by reducing your calories dramatically. They're both 800 calories a day diet. Now, that's a dramatic drop in calories. That's all you really need, though. You only really need about 800 or so calories. Nonetheless, if you go to 1,200 calories or so a day, that's a good spot to be. Most of us get 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. A Big Mac hamburger's got close to 1,000 calories a day. A Big Mac and fries probably got 2,000 calories in it. Just a Big Mac and fries puts you over the top by over 50% of your really basic calorie needs. Just a Big Mac and fries. Forget about the Coke. Forget about the apple pie. Forget about what you had before you went to McDonald's and what you're going to have when you leave McDonald's. You see how the calories can add up. Calories represent work. They represent a depletion of nutrients, especially if you're eating nutrient-depleted calories. They represent a depletion of enzymes, especially if you're eating depleted enzyme food. And this is so important because this is where we have our power. If you're going to the doctor before you're practicing the low-calorie diet or the very low-calorie diet or somehow addressing your foods, if you're going to the doctor first and using his protocols, his statin drugs, his thyroid medication, his beta blockers and calcium channel blockers before you practice very low-calorie diets, you have, by definition, drank the Kool-Aid. You have, by definition, bought into the meme, bought into the lie that says that we can be medicalized back to health and that our own lifestyle choices and our own strategies are not as important. That's the lie. Marginalize what we can do by ourselves and glorify what you need to go to the doctor for. That's the lie. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. Excuse me. We are back on the bright side, and we got lines open, 844-236-6010. I'm going to read the news stories here into it if we don't have any calls. Got lots of them. And maybe get to some letters if I have a chance. 844-236-6010 is our number. This is from the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center. Single workout can boost metabolism for days. A new study from UT Southwestern Medical Center shows neurons in mice that influence metabolism are active for up to 2 days after a single workout. This is so important. Why? Because so many of us are avoiding the gym or avoiding working out because we think we got to work out a lot, or we have to go every day, or we have to make a major investment, some kind of major investment in time. It's not true. You can get a great workout in minutes that can boost your metabolism for days. Just go up and down the stairs. If you live in an apartment, it's even better. Go up and down 4 flights of stairs, 5 flights of stairs. If you don't live in an apartment, go up and down 1 flight of stairs multiple times. And you'll boost your metabolism for days. 4 days. The body loves exercise and loves stress in general, but it doesn't like a lot of it. The body loves exercise, which is a type of stress, but it likes it in very short bursts. Intense, yes, but short. The body likes to rest. Lots of rest. And that's the beautiful thing about the exercise dyad of exercise and relaxation. Exerrest, I call it. And that's very important to understand. Exerrest. They go together. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they start a gym program, athletes are especially prone to making this mistake, is overtraining. This is true about the skin too, by the way. You can exercise your skin. And you can overtrain your skin. You can over-exercise your skin. You exercise your skin by stimulating, by breaking up the surface of the skin. When you break up the surface of the skin, you stimulate metabolism underneath. When you break up the surface of the skin, you do the same thing to the skin as when you break up muscles. When you go to the gym and lift weights, you're breaking up muscles. When you get on the treadmill or on the exercise bike, you're breaking up muscles. The body responds to that, those broken muscles, those traumatized muscles, by building stronger muscle. That's how you get bigger. Same thing with the skin. When you disrupt the surface of the skin, the so-called stratum corneum barrier, you activate, you turn on metabolic systems underneath that make more skin cells, make more collagen, make more moisture factors, make more of everything, upregulate everything. I love that word. My favorite word in biochemistry, upregulate. Make things happen. Stimulate the growth of tissue. It happens on the inside the body. It happens on the top of the body. It happens in the muscles, and it also happens in the skin. But you need to be able to leverage the rest period to exploit and take advantage of the rest period. If you're not taking advantage of the rest period, the tissue doesn't grow. Just like the biggest mistake people make when they go to the gym or when they start a workout program is they overtrain. People do the same thing on their skin. They over-exercise the skin. If you're looking for good exercising products, go to truthtreatments.com and take a look at our energizing exfoliator, which, by the way, won't be out for another week or so. But when it is, take a look at it. Best way to upregulate metabolic or chemistry in chemical reactions and the production of tissue inside the skin is not just by disrupting or disturbing or breaking up the skin surface, but also by dropping the acidity level, by dropping the pH. That's why you want to look for skincare products that have a low pH or relatively low pH. pH represents, as you know, if you've been listening to us for the last couple of weeks, pH represents voltage. It represents an electrical phenomena. Acid is electricity. Excuse me. Acid has a positive voltage. We call it acid because we live in this chemical world where we see the world chemically, but from an electrical perspective, which is really where everything is happening, chemistry is only working by electricity. From an electrical perspective, acid represents a push of electricity, a push of energy. When you put acid material in the skin, you're pushing energy into the skin. You're energizing the skin. That's why I call my new Truth Energizing Exfoliator an energizing exfoliator, because it's pushing electrons, electricity, into the skin. In combination with the disruption of the skin surface, so-called stratum corneum disruption, you get growth of collagen, growth of elastin, growth of skin cells, more moisture factors. And by the way, this is another important point for you guys who have dry skin, which is pretty much everybody. Human skin should never be dry. Human skin should never be dry. Yet how many of us have this problem with dry skin? Pretty much everybody. Clearly, there's something wrong. It has nothing to do with a moisturizer because we got $150 million of moisturizers sold in this country every year. So dry skin is not about moisture, folks. It's about moisture factors. It's about the sponges in the skin. How do you upregulate the sponges if you're dealing with dry skin issues? Well, one of the best ways you can upregulate sponges is by working out your skin, by giving your skin a workout, and by pushing electricity into the skin. How do you do that? Use our energizing exfoliator. You could use lemon juice. You could use apple cider vinegar. Anything you could do to drop the pH of the skin, even temporarily, and also disrupt the surface of the skin is going to upregulate everything. And good, beautiful, healthy, youthful skin, attractive skin, soft skin, skin that we all want, skin that we're all looking for, is a function of upregulation, not a function of moisturizers, not a function of wrinkle creams. If your wrinkle cream is not upregulating tissue growth, it isn't working for your wrinkles. If you can't put your wrinkle cream on a cut and have it and improve the rate of healing of that cut, it's not a wrinkle cream, it's a fraud. And unfortunately, the skincare business is filled with those. All right, we'll do one more and we'll get to your calls here, so hang on. I'll just do this real quick and then we'll get to our caller. Link between neonatal baby vitamin D deficiency and schizophrenia confirmed. Newborns with vitamin D deficiency have an increased risk of schizophrenia later in life. Yet another role for vitamin D. These days they tell mothers to give their babies vitamin D supplements So it's not as much of a problem, although I will say, as I've said before, supplemental vitamin D is not anywhere near as effective as the kind you get from the sun. Nonetheless, newborns sometimes aren't able to get sun for various reasons, including their skin isn't quite ready for the sun. So they may need supplemental vitamin D. Vitamin D is just stupendously valuable. Not a vitamin, but a hormone. All right, 844-236-6010. Let's say hello to our good friend, Carl the Truth Raider. What's up, Carl?
Benjamin, today I'm calling to give thanks. Surprising, no callers? Wow. I guess
no callers. Nobody.
Everybody must be cured, Ben. They must have gotten the message. You did your job. But I'm calling today to give thanks to one of God's great servants, Benjamin Fuchs.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You're calling just to compliment me? Well, we got 50 seconds, so let her rip.
All right. Okay. Got the CRC, got the bone broth in a nice big black box yesterday.
Oh, beautiful.
Thrown in with a BTT thrown in there.
That's because you're such a good guy. I couldn't resist. I couldn't help myself.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll share it with a friend of mine who's having problems because he had a surgery. He had neck surgery as a result of some injury by way of the constabulary. It was about 2.5 years ago. He had some injuries, and he was manhandled by law enforcement at his home. So he caused back problems, neck injury,
That's
a broken
terrible.
wrist.
Do you use the BTT yourself?
Oh, yes, I use it myself, but since he's had problems and mold issues in his house, he's been sick from that, so I'm going to take it a little bit down and I'm going to share it with him. I'm going to spread the love.
So excuse me, for anybody who's listening, new listeners or people who are on the fence about BTT, what would you say? As just a consumer using BTT, what would you say?
I would say this is a buffer against disease. It gives you your nutrients and it revitalizes and protects.
No, for you personally. For you, Carl, you personally, your own personal experience.
For me, it's been a stabilizer and a rejuvenator of cells.
No, you don't know it's a rejuvenator of cells. People, tell me how the things you know, experience-wise.
Well, I know by that is because you get a boost of energy. You get your vitamins that come into the body and take over and restore certain parts of your body where you feel a sense of rejuvenation. You feel warm. It relaxes the nerves, and then it stabilizes your positivity and your feelings and your total well-being in your body.
All right, Carl, I got to motivate, but thank you so much. I appreciate that, and enjoy your gifts there. All right, take care, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, that's it. Thanks for listening to The Bright Side. Have yourselves a beautiful, awesome, wonderful, spectacular day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.